Simulation Laboratory using Scilab by Dr. B. Silas. Scilab is an alternative to MATLAB in which you can deal with matrices very easily. The major advantage of Scilab is it is a free and open source scientific software package which can be used by students, engineers and scientists. It is one of the powerful open computing environment for solving engineering and scientific problems. It is developed by the Scilab team within ESA group. It is developed since 1990 by researchers from INRIA and ENPC. The current version of the Scilab is 6.1.0. Why Scilab for power system? In most of the power system problems, we deal with matrices. So we often choose to solve the power system problems by using MATLAB. Here Scilab is also one of the tools in which you can deal with matrices very easily. So we can use the Scilab during this pandemic. It is a high-level programming language. It also has an integrated object-oriented 2D and 3D graphics with animation. It has a dedicated editor. It can be interfaced. It has a specific help system. It works with most of the operating systems like Unix, Windows and Mac. It also has various toolboxes like linear algebra and sparse matrices, interpolation and approximation, polynomials and rational functions, signal processing, statistics and mechanics. How to install the Scilab? In the browser, type scilab.org, click download, version 6.1.0 software version. Download accordingly to the operating system you have, Windows, GNU or Linux or Mac. Then install the Scilab by clicking the exe file which is downloaded. How to start with Scilab? Go to the Start button, click All Programs, click Scilab. Now you will be having this 6.1.0 Scilab console. The 6.1.0 console is similar to that of a MATLAB. So this is your command history. So this is a variable browser. We have the console in which you can execute small commands. It looks like this. Here we can go with various arithmetic operators, plus for addition, minus for subtraction, star for multiplication, right division, left division, power as same, transpose. Here the Scilab can be used as a calculator. Here when you discuss about the variables name depends on your wants, but only the first 24 characters which has been specified as the variable are taken into account. Another major advantage of the Scilab is it is an interpreted language, so which implies that there is no need to declare a variable before using it. Variables are created at the moment when they are assigned. Now I am assigning a value of 4 to the variable a without any declaration, so it accepts this. A is equal to 4. Similarly, I am assigning a value of 3 to the variable b, so it is accepted. Similarly, we can use the arithmetic operators over there. So I am typing c is equal to a plus b. Using the arithmetic operator plus, I get the value C. Similarly, here the Scilab can also be used as a calculator. Directly you can type 3 plus 4, fetch you the value as 7. So you can use the arithmetic operator minus 3 minus 2. You get the value as 1. Similarly, you can go for division 9 divided by 3. Likewise, you can use any arithmetic operator and you can use this particular console as a calculator. So that is Scilab as a calculator. Here we can create matrices, vectors and matrices. How to create a row vector? A is equal to 1, 2, 3 within a square brace. A is 1, 2, 3. Now you have formed a row vector with values 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, you can form a column vector. A is equal to 1 semicolon, 2 semicolon, 3 semicolon within the square brace. A is equal to 1, 2, 3 as a column vector. Here we can form a row vector with colon operator. A is equal to 1 is to 5. Now you will be obtaining a vector A with values 1, 2, 3, 4, which are the incremental values of 1 from 1 to 5. Similarly, you can increment the values of the vector by 2, for which A is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 7, in which the initial vector is 1 and it is incremented by 2, that's 3, 5, 7. Vectors with complex numbers. So normally in power system, we need to handle complex numbers. So here let's discuss how to handle the complex numbers. Now I am forming a vector with complex numbers. A is equal to 2 plus 3 star percentage I, comma 4 plus 1 star I, comma 6 plus 3 star I. Now I get a vector with complex variables. 2 plus 3i, 4 plus 1i, 6 plus 3i. Here also we can go for a vector addition with the arithmetic operator directly. So for which I am forming another vector B with these values. Now I am adding the vector A and B, for which I am giving the command C is equal to A plus B. So I am able to calculate the A plus B value directly. Similarly, we can go for vector subtraction C is equal to A minus B, which gives the difference between the values A minus B. Matrix addressing. So when you form the vectors and matrices, they have to be addressed. Each variable or each value of the particular matrix has to be addressed, for which forming a 3 cross 3 matrix, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. The value 2, 3 of the A matrix. So I give A of 2, 3, so I get the value of 5. Now I want to fetch the second column of the A matrix. So I give A of colon, 2. Now I am able to get the second column of the A matrix. Now I am going to get the second column, not called row of the matrix. So I am giving A2, colon. So I get the second row of the matrix. Now I want to fetch the first two values 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the matrix A. So I am giving A 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2. So I get the first 4 values of the matrix A 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once of 2, 3. This command will give you a matrix of size 2 cross 3 such that all the values of the matrix are 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Similarly, it can be handled with zeros of 2, 3 will fetch you a matrix such that the matrix size is 2 cross 3 and all the values are 0. Matrix operators. As we dealt with the arithmetic operators, the same operators are applicable for matrices also. Already we discussed. Plus refers to addition, minus subtraction, multiplication, right division, left division, then power as same, transpose. Similarly, we can go for an element wise operator. Each element can be operated by having a dot before the arithmetic operator. Dot plus will give you a element wise addition. Similarly, dot minus will give the element wise subtraction. Plotting graphs. How to plot graphs? For plotting the graph, first I am having a set of values x. I am forming the values as 0 colon percentage pi by 16 colon 2 star percentage pi. So now I am getting a set of values between 0 and pi, and they are incremented by a value of pi divided by 16. Now for y, I am getting the value of cos x and sin x. Now I have to plot x and y. So I give the command plot 2d x comma y. So I'll get a matrix plot of this kind. Here this particular plot can be added with labels, and also they can be added with grids. X grid, x label x, y label sin x cos x. So now you get the plot like this. Next one, Scilab editor. If you want to execute several commands, then we can go for the Scilab editor, for which you have to open a new Scilab. You can type the program, you can save the program, then you execute the program. The Scilab editor window will be like this. Now when you look into this Scilab, so here by clicking the launch Scilab, you will be able to create a new Scilab node in which you can type the commands. After that, typing the commands or the programs you want to execute, you just execute it, so that the values of the program or outputs will be available over the console. We have discussed the basics about the Scilab, which is more sufficient for doing the power system simulation laboratory. Thank you students for watching.